Hello, it's Liz here with Stampin' on the Rock. Today I'm going to be sharing a card with you using the Essential Tags Punch that is in the annual catalog. Check it out if you haven't seen it yet. All right, let me show you the pieces. I'm not going to show you a finished card, but stay with me because I think you'll like it. I'll be using the stamp set Hope and Prayer. This one is also in the annual catalog. And then I'll be using the paper, the designer series paper called Regency Park, and this is in the mini catalog. I love the colors in this one. If you're a blue fan, this is going to be a card for you. These are lots of blues, but it's not all just blues. So check this out here. And there's the fronts and the backs. And the yellows are really pretty too. Again, this is called Regency Park. Okay, so that's the paper I'll be using. I'll be using Night of Navy ink, and these beautiful little gems are called Adhesive Backed Milky Dots, and they are in the collection with the Regency Park in the mini catalog. Sometimes we miss the little embellishments that are tucked in the catalog, so check this one out if you haven't seen it yet. The Adhesive Backed Milky Dots. They're really pretty. Oh, let me see. You can see up top here. Lots in there, and there are two different sizes of dots. Okay. I think that's it for now, other than just your basic dimensionals, bone folder, that kind of stuff. So, okay, let's get started. So I have Balmy Blue cardstock. This is my base. 8.5 by 11, cut in half. I already scored it, and I used a bone folder to get a nice crease on that. Okay, and then I'm going to have a piece of Night of Navy cardstock, and this is cut to 4 by 5 1/4. And then what I did is I pulled out all the blues from the Regency Park DSP. I used this Essential Tags punch, and I punched out, and it just works out that there are 6 different blue patterns, which is fantastic for what I'm going to be doing. Okay, so there's all the blue patterns that I already cut out with the Essential Tags punch. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start layering them on here. Let's see, I want to try and do like a darker pattern with a lighter pattern next to each other. So let's do this one. And I'm not going to go up to the very edge, but I am going to go up to the very edge on the right side here. So I'm leaving a little bit of a gap at the top, like that 1/4 inch gap that you would have if you're, doing a border. Okay. Then let's add in this one. A little bit lighter color in here. And it's going to, again, there's going to be a little bit of a space in between them. What actually is a better idea? Let's do this instead. Let's start at the top and the bottom. Anytime you're doing something with 3s so that you can get it centered, start at one side and the other side, and then fill in the middle. All right, let me make sure you're still seeing this on the camera. Let me move this up a little bit. Okay. We'll put that here. Sorry, I always feel like I just want to check on the top and make sure you're seeing what you need to be seeing. All right, and we'll take this one. Let's put this, and then that way you can get it, you have a better chance of getting it centered if you do the right and the left, or the top and the bottom, and then fill in that middle one. Okay, let's turn this around. Let's see, let's do this one over here. And there's this is just a preference of where I'm putting them. You can obviously put them wherever you want to put them. I don't want the 2 light blues next to each other. So, all right. Now, these pieces that I'm putting on now are going to butt right up against each other. Okay, let's do that. And we'll put flowers over here. Since we have flowers over here, we don't want to do that. We don't want to put the 2 flowers right next to each other. So let's put these flowers on this side. There we go. And then we'll do this one over here. And again, this paper is called Regency Park. It is in the mini catalog. Starting next month, the mini catalog will start being while supplies last in the catalog. So if there's something you really like, don't hold off too much longer. Okay, there you go. Check that out. I love that. All right. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to Normally I would probably put dimensionals on this part, but I'm going to add some gems, and that's already going to give it some puffiness. So some like depth, so I don't want to make it too thick. So I'm just going to put adhesive on the back and put this on flat. Turn it on the back and just press everything down real well. Okay. And then this is where I'm going to pull in these milky gems. I kind of was debating back and forth. I really think I just want to keep it all the blues. So I'm going to put these blue ones in here, but you could, I think the yellow would be really pretty to have a pop of yellow in there, and even the white ones. But I'm going to do the blue ones for now. So I'm going to take my scissors and go underneath. If you just pull on them, a lot of times the adhesive is going to stay stuck to the cardboard, and you don't want that. So I'm going to take my scissors underneath and pick them up like this. And I'll put that one right there. And I'm using the larger size of these dots. And you can move them slightly. Like once you put it down, you can kind of slide it a little bit until it gets stuck on there. Okay, put that one there. And again, I think any of these colors would go really well, which is again why it's in the paper, why it's in the suite with the Regency Park. Look at those, aren't they pretty? I just love all the blues. My mom was a huge blues color person, and so maybe that just is what attracts me to that. I do have a little piece of paper. All right, so this part here, this little piece here is 1 inch by 2 1/4, but this is what I'm stamping my words on, so yours might be totally different if you're doing different words, okay? So I'm using Night of Navy ink. Again, remember I told you before, we just want to tap, tap, tap. You don't need to squish in, just tap, tap. And and to me, I always find it easier if I'm standing up and looking down when I'm stamping, because I can tell. Sometimes white on white is hard to stamp on. So if that's hard to do, what you can do is, let's see, I can grab a Post-it note here. If you grab a Post-it note, put something colored, something a different color, and then that's easier to see. It's hard to stamp when your scratch paper is white and your cardstock is white also. So just put something under it so you can tell where the white cardstock is that you're stamping on. Press straight down, pull up. There we go. Okay, and then if you look at it, there's no blue ink anywhere on the actual block itself. Okay. And I know it just takes practice, so if that's an issue for you, just keep practicing. Just tap, tap, tap instead of squishing. All right, now I'm going to add some dimensionals. Remember to use your dimensionals around your edges. There's a whole, you can, let's see. Here's a brand new sheet of dimensionals, and obviously we all know using these sections here, but then there's a border edge where I just take my scissors and just trim little sections, and then you could definitely use all these little edges. So make sure you're getting good value and using up all that's on there. All right, take these backs off of here, get rid of that. And you can put it off to the side if you want. I'm going to just center it right here. Okay, lots of people on my prayer list right now, so there's quite a few people I could send this to. Ugh, I got a little backing, a dimensional backing in there. Okay, and there we go. And there's our card for today. So that's the Essential Tags Punch, and the Regional Park Designer Series paper, and these little dots are from the Regency Park suite also. And the stamp set for You Are in My Prayers is, what is that stamp set called? It is called Hope and Prayer. Okay. Hope you enjoyed that idea. Go for it, and I'll talk with you later. Bye-bye.